Hello and welcome back. Yogi V, Vincent Gerbino here, coming to you from Thornton, Colorado, with a 4-pose prescription to happiness. This was my original yoga routine 20 years ago when I started my practice. 4 poses takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the very most. As you experiment with the poses as you get into your routine, you're going to want to play with them a little more, so it might take as long as 10 minutes, but it can be easily kept to 5 minutes without rushing. It's going to help open your hips, help strengthen your hips and your legs, improve your balance physically and emotionally. I used it to mellow and improve my mood every day. Discovered that it worked really well, and that's the whole thing that started me through my journey. Been teaching yoga for 15 years, been practicing for 20, and loving every pose that I do, no matter how fancy they look, because we're going to have some days where the poses look better than they do on other days. Doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel in here. So, standing at the tops of our mats. I've got mine angled just so you can see me better. Alright, it cuts off the top of my head, but that won't be long. No worries. We're going to get our feet hip width apart. Heels right under hips. Heels are going to stay aligned with your hips throughout the process. So I'm going to step the right foot back and get that right heel down. That heel aligned with the hips. We're going to spin those toes out, maybe 30-40 degrees. We may have to make some adjustments here to make sure the heel is still aligned with the hip for each leg. Do a little test back here. Bend this back leg. Make sure there's no twisting in your knee, so we may need to spin the foot, spin the toes a bit more to eliminate any twisting of the knee. That's our safety check whenever we do a warrior pose or a triangle like we're going to do next. Then we bring the left knee over the ankle. It stays right over the ankle. We push through the heel, planting behind the toes, making sure that knee doesn't drift past your ankle. Doesn't matter if I'm up here or way down here, as long as that knee stays over the ankle. In theory, we square our hips with the mat and face perfectly forward. In practice, we might not be there yet. Don't force it. We don't want to make it hurt the hip or force a twist in the hip that's going to make it uncomfortable. We may be turned a bit this way. That's okay. Taking the hands up over the shoulders, and they're going to stay with the shoulders as we lift up the chest, as we pull the navel toward the spine, tightening your glutes, putting a bit of squeeze in the inside of the hips, thighs hugging the bones. Controlling our breath, we can breathe through the nose or the mouth. I like doing candle breath. We shape our lips like we blow out a candle. For the inhales and the exhales. Helps externalize the movement of the abs. Using the abs to help steady our breath. We get into the position where we're comfortable, where we feel strong, but we feel like we're doing a bit of work, and we hold it for about 20 seconds. Work for 20 seconds per pose. Once you settle into the pose, you can eventually do them for longer if you want to. And we're going to take the hands down, straighten that lead leg. We still got that back heel grounded, pinky toe side grounded. Right hand's going to come forward. This pose stretches every muscle in your body. This is the twisted triangle or revolved triangle. In Sanskrit, Parvarta Trikonasana. We stack the left shoulder over the right. Still doing that candle breath. Still planting that back heel on the outside of your back foot. You're going to hold this pose for about 20 seconds. When you find your home in that position, we bring it down, we pick up the back heel, let's step it up. Good strong breath in, let's get the left foot back there. We're going to ground that left heel and spin the toes out, make that angle. We're going to bend that back knee, do that safety check. Make sure the foot is angled so that when we bend the knee, we're not feeling any twisting in the knee. We're facing forward best we can. Hips may or may not square with the mat yet. Mobility is going to develop in time. You do this quick routine every day for 6 weeks, you will be amazed at what your body can do. You will inspire yourself to do more poses because they're going to make you feel good. That's what made it very easy for me to keep doing yoga. It wasn't like a traditional workout. Even though there were challenges, you know, some days I might have felt sore after. It made me feel great. I look at myself on this camera or in the mirror and say I was happy seeing what I see, no matter how the pose was going that day. But you're going to develop form. Form follows function. Listen to your body. We bring that knee over the ankle. We pull that navel back toward the spine, lifting that front waistline. We squeeze the glutes. We squeeze the inner hips, thighs hugging the bones. Your hands move back with your shoulders and follow the crown of your head. Doing that candle breath, we're getting ready to release, straightening the lead leg without locking the knee. Left hand comes down. Under the left shoulder, right shoulder, we work to stack it over. Abs gotta help the shoulders move to stack. Back heel, keep it grounded. Keep pushing from the hip through that back heel. Beautiful. Stacking the shoulders. Doing that candle breath. Getting a good 20 seconds of breathing in your fullest expression of our triangle. We bring it down. We step it up. I'm going to step back here. This one gives us a little rest. And this is just the Kripalu version of the half moon or standing crescent moon. Hands are over the crown of the head. Shoulders start out over hips. Knees have a very slight micro bend and we push the feet into the floor. The hip comes out. We very gently fold this side. We pull this shoulder up away from the waistline, stretching the side as we push the ribs into the skin. We got to really drive that breath with the abs now. Candle breath works well. Ujjayi breath, one where we squeeze the back of the throat like when we sigh or say ha, that works well too. Take your pick. We're going to exhale it up. Do that on the other side. Yoga buzz. It's like a very natural, totally beneficial, not harmful intoxicant. I do like a good yoga buzz. Can't deny that one bit. Let's bring it back. Last one. Find a focal point in front of you to look at. Shift your weight to the right foot. Spin your left knee out. We come to Vrikshasana or tree pose. We'll start out with the hands parked in the sternum. We take the left foot off the ground, put it against the inside of the right leg. Toes and heel are active here. We may be doing a low tree today. We may be doing one higher up. Take your pick, experiment. This one, if you're not used to doing yoga, this one's going to be hard at first. And you're going to find one side's easier than the other. Our dominant side makes muscles on one side shorter. This is going to even them out. Do the same amount of time on both sides. Your body has a way of evening things out. So we'll step it down. We'll spin that right knee out. Come into our Vrikshasana, our tree pose on this side. planting the foot in the standing leg, toes and heel active, and the standing leg pushes equally back against the foot. It's not a battle between the foot and the leg. They are cooperating just like my hands. Full expression of the tree as the hands go overhead. We can even get fancy and take the hands behind once we get used to what we're doing. A yogi is always an explorer. Remember that we must work and play. All right. So there's our 4-pose prescription for happiness. Do it. Enjoy it. Share the video. Share the good feeling. Many blessings. Namaste.